Kosmika. Hello, everybody. Hello. Excuse me. How's everyone doing? 皆様ページたちごきげんよう元気でしょうか? Good evening. Hello, hello. Hope you all had a lovely day today. Let me turn my fan up a little bit more. It's warm. Okay. We are back with more of Final Fantasy IV the After Years. We are getting started with the last part of the final chapter. Okay. Nice to see a new area with new music. Not that I didn't like the other areas or the other music, but it was like very stressful and intense and something we experienced quite a lot of in the first game. I tried looking for another guide. Okay, so I saw that there was another guide on the Final Fantasy wiki, fandom wiki, for the After Years, written by a different author, but it was for the, I believe, the PSP version of the game. So, fortunately, I couldn't switch to that guy. We're stuck with our friend Cylindrus Altum. All right. Let me actually go ahead and post, or get a post ready on X and Blue Sky. While we wait for more people to trickle in. Excuse me. I hope you are all doing well. How's everyone doing? Did you have a good day at work today? A good day at school today? If your day is ending. If it was a day off for you, how did you spend it? What did you do? Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay. Okay, cool. I have space to add more. Can I add another thing? Wow, okay. Add that. Oops. Oh no. Oh shoot, I missed. No, okay, wait. I messed up on this. Oops. Okay, there we go. Let me grab the link to the stream. And then put that here. And then copy this. Update this. Today's the 20th. Oh, shoot. I forgot to update the day for yesterday. And upload this. And copy this. Paste it here. I have more space. Add that. And can I add another tag here? Oopsies. Yes, okay. Alright. Gotta make sure I don't... Okay, so I'm gonna post this in about 17 minutes. So hopefully I don't miss the time like I have before. Okay. Now, let me get the guide open here. So now we are in the depths, even though it looks like we're in space. The depths of the moon, I guess? Let's see. Return to the save point and to heal and jumble the team around, then climb into the teleporter and select the secret option marked as question mark from the selectable destinations. Okay, let's do that. Oh, go to... What? I don't have... Huh? I guess go to Lunar Whale, but... Huh? I'm so confused. Oh, I got... Huh? I had to do from here? Huh? What's this place? Welcome to the secret area of the After Years, Wikigoers. There's lots of fun little activities to do around here that help you better your team's strength and skill in the art of battle. Walk straight up to the next room to find a small gnome walking about. What? Huh? What is this? Looks kind of like the Fey March, but... Hello! No treasure chest or anything. I guess we walk in this building. Huh? Oh! Hello? Hey there, I'm a collector, and I love to collect rare tales. I've been on a long tale collecting journey, and somehow I've managed to blunder my way into this strange place. If you have any rare tales on you, I'd love to trade some items for them. Oh, I do have some tales. Oh gosh, when did I get all these tales? What? Oh, these are all the options. I may not have all of them. Okay. Let's see. This is the tale collector. And he has extravagant prizes to give away to people who supply him with tales. Here's where you can get the tales, what enemy they come from, and the prizes you can get. Note that unlike the PSP and Wii versions of the game, I'm pretty sure you can find these creatures at any time, regardless of the moon cycle. Feel free to correct me though. You know how I love that. Oh, okay, what do I get? Gray tail gives me a rear ring? Ebony, huh? And ebony tail gives me a taunt ring. Pink tail gives me a pink armor. Black tail gives me twin stars. Purple tail gives me treasure hunter version 2. White tail gives me rapid ring version 2. Green tail gives me rare band version 2. Oh, that's what chat was telling us about before. Red tail gives me level band version 2. Blue tail gives us blue armor, and gold tail gives us gill band version 2. So there you have it. All can be found on the true moon except for the rainbow tail, which can only be traded for 14 small tails on black on planet Earth. That can be traded for a limit band. Here are the effects of the items. Okay, a rear ring wear can attack with full strength in back row. Ooh. Taunt ring. All enemy attacks will be directed to the wearer. Makes sense. Pink armor. Resistance to all status effects except KO. Plus 7 speed, plus 99 evade, plus 30 magic evade. Wow. Twin stars. Cuts MP cost by 50%. But what is it? What is a twin stars? Is it an accessory? Is it a armor or a weapon? Treasure band version 2 increases chance of finding treasure. Rapid ring version 2 wait time cut by 25%. Rare band version 2 increases chance of finding rare items. Level band version 2 increases EXP gain by 50%. Blue armor plus 5 strength plus 5 stamina. That's it. Gill band version 2 increase gill gained by 50%. Limit band wear can break the damage limit. What? But it's not, well, limit band feels like it's only useful if you've max leveled a character. If you listen to me, you probably have the black tail from Palom's tail, the green and rainbow tail from the small tail trader, and possibly the gold tail from Edward's tail. That means you have the twin stars, great for magic users, the treasure band version 2, great for finding more tails, and the limit band, which has its naturally pervasive uses. The best ones to get from here are the pink armor and level band 2, while the least useful is the rapid ring version 2. Happy hunting. Okay, do we want any of these things? Like, a lot? Okay, well, let's see what I already have. I don't know what I already have. Blue tail? Oh, I guess I don't. Let me see. Do I have any tails? Would it be in this? There's only one section of the inventory, right? There's no, like, key items? No. Okay. Let's see, looking for tails. I have a lot of stuff that I don't need. It's okay. Adamantite. Members red. Members card. Ooh, I have a black tail. I have a black tail. Okay. And ooh, a bronze tail? Wait, did he ask for a bronze tail? He didn't ask for a bronze tail. I think that's the other trader. Or it might be this guy, but somewhere else. So I have a black tail. I have 7 bronze tails. That's not what he's asking for. Okay. Small tail. No, that's not. That's a different kind of tail. Ladle. I think that might be the only tail I have on me at the moment. kind of zoned out the last few rows. Pretty sure I didn't see any tails though. This is all the new stuff. Okay. I have a black tail. Ooh. Well, see you later. Come back when you got more tails to give me. Ooh. Oh, I got an achievement for getting that. So what, is that a weapon or? Oh, it's a hand armor. Ooh, reduced MP cost by, ooh, yeah, okay. Let me put that in my list. Twin stars. Twin stars immediately makes me think of the twin stars from Sanrio. Okay. So ugh, this is tempting to like find all the tails. But do I really need those rings? Oh, the gray curl has the gray tail. Ooh. But that one gives the rear ring, which lets you do full damage from the back row. Okay, so I think the question is if I want these items. But like simply presenting it to me like this makes me want to go get them. It's like, here's a list of things you can get. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me go get them all. It's like they gave me an objective. That's what it feels like to me. They gave me an objective and I'm like, must complete objective. Huh. Do I want to? But here's the thing. That going out and getting these tails requires grinding. We'll have to go and grind certain mobs. So like if I want the gray tail, we'll have to find the gray curl on the moon overworld. That's the scary curl. Oh, but wait. We can cast stop on it. Wait, no, wait. There's a problem with this actually. There are two gray curls. One that is susceptible to stop and is easier to deal with, and a stronger one, which does a lot of damage and is not susceptible to stop. That's the scary one, because it can like basically one-shot you. I wonder if any other things are effective against it, like confuse or sleep or something. I need to decide. Walk up from the gnome and into the next room. Okay, we'll keep going for now. Next room. Oh, there's a table and a bed. Can I sleep here? No. Someone lives here probably. Anything in here? Or here? Okay. Next room, I guess. Oh, hello. Well met, natives of the blue planet. My name is Trading Way. Would you like to trade some adamantite for the items I bear? Yes. I have some adamantite. Let's see. Walk up from the gnome and into the next room. Here sits Trading Way, a Hummingway. He's not a Hummingway. That's not a race. He's a Loporrit that trades pieces of adamantine equipment for your adamantite. If you've been following this walkthrough, you have 10, or 9 if you didn't find the one in Edward's Tale. Oops, what did I just do? Oh, okay. I clicked on something. Or 9 if you didn't find the one in Edward's Tale. My apologies. I only have 9, I think. Here's what you can get. Adamant gloves, adamant shield, adamant helm, adamant armor. 5, 7. Wait. 5, 7, 8? Wait. 3, 5, 7, 8. Okay. Oh, so you can get more than one. Those 10 or fewer pieces we have are finite. We can never get any more, so make the most of them. Each article can be equipped on any character, regardless of equipment restrictions. They all have excellent stat boosts, some better than others. Buy as it pleases you. I took one of each, but that was to complete my set, and still have some adamantite left over. Shields are probably the best option, since it gives the mages something to equip in their spare hand instead of arrows. Okay, yeah, I would like to get one of each. Adamant gloves. Ooh, it doesn't get, oh, I got an achievement for that. It doesn't get any better than this. It was called. Okay, adamant shield. And then adamant helm. And then adamant armor. That should leave you with, I think, 1 or 2, I think. Adamantite. Yeah, that'll leave me with 1. Okay. I'm gonna hang on to this one just in case I want to get another item later. Okay, and I'm gonna hang on to, let me write these down on my list actually. So, adamant gloves, adamant shield, adamant helm, adamant armor. Okay. So at least one person will have a full set of adamant stuff when it's time. After you do that, then walk left around the wall and check the bed for a lustful lolly-ho. There's a bed here? Oh, oh. Hi, there it is. Reddit. Oh, that was, we've collected every lustful lolly-ho. That's all for this place, since the iOS version of the After Years appears to lack a developer's room. Bastards. Dang. I guess it existed in other versions. We can't see the developers in this version. Okay. I don't know. Should we go get all the tails? Well, we got the black tail already. Let's go save at least. Interesting that we have to go. Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. We have to go to the lunar whale and then we can go to that secret area. Okay, let me see. Actually, let me cancel. I kinda do want to get the tails. Even okay, but do I really need those rings and stuff? Okay, what do I really want? Okay. Let me go to an area with music. So the rear ring, where can attack with full strength from the back row. That sounds useful. I don't know if it's a need. Taunt ring, not really. I mean, it sounds useful, but pink armor sounds really nice, actually. Let's see. The best ones to get here are the pink armor and level band version 2. While the least useful is the rapid ring version 2. Yeah, the pink armor does sound really nice. So if we were to go get it, it drops from the Flan Princess in B5 in the southeast room. Flan Princess means we need someone who can use magic. Oh, we have Palom. That's perfect, actually. Oops. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Yeah, I can get a B6. And then, go up to B5. Let's save here. This is also B6. How do I get to B5? Is it the other way? Oh, wait, maybe not. Wait, this is the true moon. Oh, wait, we gotta go back, I think. This is not the true moon, I think. I think this is the depths. I think you have to go to the depths. Like where we were. Wait, hold on, let me see. All can be found on the true moon. Is that, where are we? Where's the true moon though? Wait, I'm confused. This is the depths. What happens if I... Oh! Oh, wow. Okay, only shuriken. Expensive. The shuriken do a lot of damage. X potion. Oh! It doesn't sell high potions. It only sells the good stuff. Okay. What happens if I go this way? I don't think this is where I'm supposed to go. Because if I go to, oh goodness me, no, yeah, no, it has to be this. It has to be the subterranean depths, or subterranean depths. Descend into the lunar subterranean. Let me double check. Let me double check. Okay, wait, I need to open another tab. So if I were to, aha, yeah, okay, I was right. The other, okay, there are only two guides on the fandom wiki. One for the PSP version and one for the iOS version, which this one is. This is basically a port of the iOS version. Okay. Flan Princess. Not 4, but 4 after years. Here we go. The Flan Princess returns as an enemy encountered in the subterrane, fighting identically to its previous incarnation, with the exception of Samba de Flan, now affecting only one party member at a time, with a high chance of missing, and will not use it at all once at the beginning of battle. Okay. Okay, so it is the subterrane. If only I had a map. Subterrane, like, you end up like back and forth in a lot of areas. So like, I don't know where this is gonna take me. I don't waste my time. Okay, it's Tower of Babel. It is B5, but southwest room? Sorry, wait. Southeast room. But this is But there is no room. Is this the only B5? Where does that go? B7. No, you gotta go back. I don't think this is right. You know, let's just fight everything. Nice. Oh wait, I have hammer. I can give to either Luca or Sid actually. Uh-oh. Oh, he already cast it. Okay. Rose twine dress? What? What the heck? Wait, hold on. I'm assuming this is for only female characters. What? Is that for Rosa? Let me write that down. Rose twine dress. I was not expecting that to drop. Okay. Let's go this way and then maybe we can let's go up. Oh. Oh shoot, I forgot to give the other hammer. Or give one of them a hammer. Nice. So I have, I thought, okay. I forgot that, oh, it's an axe. Well, that works too. I forgot that Sid and Luca can use these big weapons. Let me see. Gigant X. Lewis's accuracy. That's probably the case for either of them, though, actually. Are both of them using a sledgehammer? Wait. Yeah, they are. Huh. Let's see. Her strength goes from 71 to 76. Her attack goes from 118 to 180. What about Sid? 71. It's +5. Yeah, it's the same amount. Okay. So his accuracy goes down by... I think it's the same thing either way, actually. What goes down? Chance to inflict poison, huh? Effective against machines? Oh, that works so well for both of them. They're both engineers. So maybe I will hold on to it for Gekko. Yeah, okay. This is B8. Maybe I should have gone from B3. Too late now. This is B7. Oh no, not the Chimera! Oops. I need to get Palom up. Okay. Where do I go here? Okay. I think that room on the right side, top right, is a save room, so... Not again. No! Run. So what happens when you don't have a proper healer? In the party. Ah, B5, okay. So the southeast room. So here. Right? Yeah, okay. Gotta look for the Flan Princess in here. I should probably heal up more than this. Okay, it's a little better. Alright, let's hope she shows up. Not gonna waste MP on these guys. For a second, I was wondering if any mobs would actually spawn at all, but they do. Oh, great. Uh-oh. Come on, Edward. Okay. Okay. Blonde Princess. I'm gonna take the guide's word for it in that it'll appear no matter what phase it is. Yeah. Oops. Nice. Okay. I think I actually didn't even get a chance to attack. Or maybe it did. No, it did, because some of their health is kind of low. Okay. We're gonna run out of potions quick like this. Well, at least high potions. X potions are so expensive though. Whack. It's also a nice way to grind, I guess. Because I will not say no to more levels before the final boss. Final bosses. Ooh, double tomahawk. Leveled up. Let's run around as Yang. We haven't run around as Yang in a little bit. Doesn't give those mobs in particular don't give a whole lot of EXP, but it's okay. Yeah. Nah. Nice. Quake. Okay, we're not gonna go back and swap out because it was a bit of a run to get here, so he'll just be a little ahead of everybody. Dang. I don't know how long it's going to take us to find the Flan Princess. Stop it. If it continues to take a while, then maybe what I'll do is, I'll pull up videos for us to watch, like when we were grinding. Let me turn up my fan, it's warm. But please let me know if my fan gets too loud. Hello. I am doing all right, thank you. A tiny bit tired, but when am I not tired? But I hope you're doing well. Maybe I'll run around this rock. It's okay. I'm not the only one, and people have it far worse, so I can't really complain. Oh, there's Edward, level up. This isn't working. I'll run near the treasure chest. Oh, still leveled up. I'm not really, like, I don't know. My busyness is simply, for the most part, it's just, you know, lack of free time. Like, as a result of, you know, having to work. I've come to... Oh, there's Luca. I mean, it's something I've felt for a while now already. It's, I don't agree with the Monday to Friday 9 to 5 life. No one has to live like that. That's simply a result of, you know, capitalism and, you know, purely capitalism, which started with the Industrial Revolution, which was a long time ago. Oh, black dragon. You should get special treatment. I won't say no. Something I've come to miss from my old life. I've long missed it from my old life, actually. I mean, not that I should be treated more special than other people, because I'm not more important than other people, of course. There's Yang. And double Tomahawk level up. Very nice. Okay, I need to heal them up because that dragon hit for a lot. Okay, she's good. And aside from work, you know, just like life stuff. And whenever I'm not, you know, working or here with you all, in the remaining time that I have to myself, I do my fair share of playing other games. Princess is the people, and you want to be seen as a person instead of a princess to be worshipped. Right, yes. No, I am not that type of princess. I'm not to be put on a pedestal to be worshipped at all. No, no, no. Oh shoot, that's okay. Okay, I've got to heal up from that because the Chimera, I don't like the Chimera. Okay. Uh-oh, it's a new moon. Maybe this might increase the chances of the Flan Princess showing up? Maybe. Because this is when the scary stuff comes out. During the new moon. Thankfully not, this is not scary. Nice. They're still one-shotting the weaker ones even during this phase. When their normal attack is not increased. Are you looking for a super boss? I'm looking for like a specific rare monster. Because it's supposed to drop an item that we are looking for currently. Which we need to trade to an NPC for an gear. Specifically, we're looking for the Flan Princess, who's supposed to drop a pink tail. And we can exchange the pink tail for pink armor, which is a really nice item. It's really good armor, actually. Oh, that critical whack. One of those side quests? Kinda, yeah. I guess you could say it's a side quest. There's a collector of tales, like, not like story tales, but like tales. Hope you can find it soon. Thank you. We've been looking for a little bit. I did mention a little bit ago that if this is gonna take a while, then I will pull out the YouTubes or something, and we can watch and while we look for it. Basically, it's the same thing as when we were grinding previously. Because this is essentially the same idea. But except instead of like grinding for levels, we're just trying to find a certain monster. We're grinding passively, actually. They've already leveled up, which is really nice. That's a bonus. Ambushed. Nice. Not much damage. Oh shoot. Oh well. You should check out the YouTuber Kosmikameruhen. She's genuinely so sweet and lovely and can be super funny sometimes. Only sometimes? I'm teasing. こんばんは。元気です。元気ですか? Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull out the YouTubes. Let's see here. Why do I have this? I'll just close it. Okay. Okay, let me fix this. Oops. There's the line. Okay. Shrink it a little bit. There we go. Let me show you a little bit more. There we go. Okay. But let me actually take that off the screen for a second. Let me find what to watch first. Let's give this video a like. Thank you for researching that, Dr. Amazing. Let's see. Everything culturally right and wrong with Mulan from 1998. I don't know the details, but I have. Yeah. Hope this is the right way to ask this, but ゲームはどうですか? 楽しいです。少し難しいですけど。Nintendo games not released in Japan? Oh, wait, actually that makes sense. Not everything releases outside of Japan. Actually, there are more games that haven't released outside of Japan than there are games that have released outside of Japan and released in Japan. That was a weird way to say it, but Mulan is my favorite. Oh, it's your favorite Disney movie? Mulan's great. I love Mulan. Let's see. Testing my subscribers' struggle meals around the world. And the thumbnail the thumbnail is it's a frying pan and they're cooking 2 eggs and Lay's potato chips. I actually haven't watched Mulan yet. My entire exposure is from Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay, oh gosh, it's been so long since I played Kingdom Hearts 2. So Kingdom Hearts 2 gives a very snapshot look at Mulan for sure. Obviously anything involving, you know, Heartless and stuff is not going to be in Mulan. But if it's a very, very super generalized glimpse of the story of Mulan. It's good. I recommend it. It's a classic. Mulan is she still considered? Okay, I can't remember. She used to be I don't know if she still is. She used to be considered an honorary princess, even though she's not like royalty. Hold on, let me double check. Official. We looked at this before. I read an article last time. Let's go to the Disney Princess official site. Princess.disney.com. Oh yeah, she is Mulan. Wait, hold on. But I want a list. I just want a list. Oh, here we go. Characters. Oh, is this everybody? Okay. It's definitely on my watch list one of these days. Oh, yeah. I have so many things I need to watch. So we have... This is not in order. Okay, so Cinderella, Tiana, Ariel, Rapunzel, Moana? Really? Wait, hold on. Let me see. Really? Moana's a princess? That's contradictory, actually, because oh, never mind. There she is. Oh, did they add? Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's contradictory because for the longest time Pocahontas was never considered a princess. She was like, I guess most people wanted her to, or considered her a princess, but she was never an official princess because she was the daughter of a chief. And that's the same case as Moana. She's the daughter of the chief. She's like on her. She's on the on the road to becoming a chief. But yeah. Snow White, Aurora, Jasmine, Mulan, Merida. Oh, okay, no, I think Merida is in the same category as Mulan. She's not. Wait, no, wait. No, Merida. It's been a minute since I watched Brave. Isn't she is she a princess actually? Hold on. Brave movie. Daughter of a Scottish king. Okay, yeah, so she is a princess. I don't know why I did. They must have added her much later. Belle, Pocahontas, I guess. Oh, Raya too? I guess. Huh. Raya. Wait, is she the daughter of the chief as well? Wait, I can't remember. Actually, I've only watched, what movie was she from? Raya. Raya and the Last Dragon. Okay. Raya and the Last Dragon. Okay, but who? Okay, I forgot what Raya is, like, position-wise. Let's see. Plot. She's a warrior princess? Wait, she's a princess? She is. Okay, she's the daughter of the chief. She is. Okay. Chief Benja of the Heart tribe retains possession of the gem and trains his young daughter Raya. Okay, yeah, she is a princess. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I guess daughter of chief now officially also includes means princess. So Cinderella wasn't born royalty. She was born high ranking. Actually, her dad was an aristocrat. But she married into royalty, so that makes her a princess. Same thing with Tiana. She marries into royalty. Ariel, she is a princess to start with. Then she marries a prince. She's like double princess. Rapunzel was born royalty. Moana is the daughter of a chief. Snow White was born royalty. Aurora was born royalty. Jasmine was born royalty. Mulan is not royalty. She's an honorary, like she gets the title because of her bravery and her, like, the good things she did. Merida was born royalty. Belle marries into royalty. She's just a regular girl, but she marries a prince. Pocahontas is the daughter of a chief, and so is Raya. Okay, interesting. Let's see. What can we watch? I played every Sonic game ever made. Oh, that sounds kind of fun. After 44 years, someone beat the Donkey Kong kill screen. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that before when we were looking for a video. Hoyoverse is done playing around. Hoyoverse just fired major English voice actors. That sounds kind of clickbaity. 50 facts about Kimahri from Final Fantasy X. Oh, we're not there yet. Mortician answers burial questions from Twitter. No, that's okay. As fascinating as morticians can be, it's dark. That's a dark subject. The Infinity Nikki devs finally made a statement. It's not very good. Oh wait, I saw this video. Oh, it's pretty bad what's going on with Infinity Nikki. I'm really disappointed. I really wanted to get more into Infinity Nikki, and it's just gotten worse and worse from what I've been hearing and seeing. I'm kind of holding out hope that they'll change things. I'm not. I mean, tiny bit of hope, only because I know how greedy the company can be. They don't have the best reputation. But unfortunately, a lot of Chinese publishers, I should say, don't have the best reputation with good reason. Catliente's unwarranted docs of Alicia. I need to watch that video for myself. I'll link it actually. I'll link. I'm pretty sure that's the one I saw. Let me double check. Yeah, that's just the one I saw. It's a good video. They sum up very succinctly what's been happening. VTuber gets doxxed. Catliente's on. Oh no, I saw about this from False ID. The story of Super Mario Kart? Oh. Kind of interested. This is a long one, so this is a good one to watch in the background. Oh shoot, I forgot to.
In 1992, Nintendo released a quirky little racing game for the Super Famicom and Super Nintendo.
Oh my gosh, that Mario's mascot.
Super Mario Kart. The game began as a failed experiment, developed as a small side project within Nintendo's Entertainment Analysis and Development Group. But the young group of designers saw potential in the game and persevered. Over time, it evolved into an offbeat kart racer, featuring twisty racetracks, power-ups, and familiar characters from the Super Mario universe. Despite receiving little hype leading up to its release, Super Mario Kart was a surprise success. It became the best-selling Super Famicom game in Japan, and one of the best-selling games for the system worldwide. But more importantly, Super Mario Kart brought people together and set a new standard for multiplayer console games. It launched a franchise that still exists today and continues to be one of Nintendo's best-selling game series. This is the story of Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, the new Switch is coming out with the Mario Kart game. It's like the launch title for it. Nice.
In the fall of 1990, Nintendo entered the next generation with their newest console, the Super Famicom. But they were late to the party. NEC's PC engine had been on the market since 1987. Sega had joined the competition with the Mega Drive in 1988. However, Nintendo was confident their latest console would dominate the market. Hardware-wise, it was much more powerful than its predecessor, the Famicom.
Sure.
But the true strength of the Super Famicom lay in the software.
Okay.
Nintendo knew that all the hardware power in the world meant nothing if the games weren't good. The Super Famicom launched with 2 games, and they struck a balance between showing off new technology and providing exciting gameplay. The first launch title was Super Mario World, a continuation of Nintendo's most popular franchise. Super Mario World was an evolution of the beloved series, with minor technical features to show off the new bells and whistles of the Super Famicom. Things like rotating platforms and transparency effects were cool, but didn't affect the gameplay that much. The second launch title, however, was an impressive technological feat, F-Zero. F-Zero was a fast-paced, futuristic
Oh, they
racing
must have
game
based
where
it on
players
this. It
zipped
looks
through
exactly the
huge,
same.
sprawling maps
I never
with
played
long,
this game.
narrow tracks.
It sounds fine?
It
Okay.
was unlike
Thank you.
anything ever seen on a console, and it was all thanks to a new graphics technology in the Super Famicom called Mode 7. Mode 7 was able to scale and rotate a background, altering the perspective for a pseudo 3D effect. It was impressive. Critics were blown away by F-Zero. Famitsu magazine gave the game 37 points out of 40, 3 points higher than Super Mario.
Oh, I
World.
got an
One
achievement.
reviewer stated,
Rags to
"The
riches. Save up
sense
to
of speed found
500,000
here
gil.
is
That's not what I
unlike any
own,
other
do I?
racing game we've seen so
Oh, I
far.
do. It's
It
still not
feels
enough
like
money
this
to buy a
game
bunch of
clearly
expositions,
shows
though.
off the allure of the Super Famicom. But there was one major problem with F-Zero. It was a single-player game.
Ah.
That bothered Nintendo's chief software producer, Shigeru Miyamoto.
Oh my gosh. Look at that when he was
Miyamoto
younger.
was the man behind some of Nintendo's most popular
I want another
game
F-Zero.
series,
It's not
including
played a
Super
full hour
Mario
of
Brothers
F-Zero yet.
and The Legend of
Oh.
Zelda. He was
Isn't
also
they added to
heavily
the Switch
involved
not
with
long ago, and you can
developing the
you
Super
can race other
Famicom.
people.
He consulted on the system's design, the controllers, and even the
I think it was the
packaging.
old one though. They ported the old one and they made it
Miyamoto insisted that the
multiplayer. I
Super
think, from what I
Famicom
understand.
come with 2 controllers. He wanted to ensure developers would keep multiplayer in mind when they made games. But ironically, neither launch title utilized both controllers. F-Zero was single-player only, and while Super Mario World was a 2-player game, players couldn't play simultaneously. Miyamoto felt that development teams had only scratched the surface of the potential of the Super Famicom. So he devised a new project. Make a game like F-Zero, but
I got
for
to play
2 players.
F-Zero at the
He
arcade
assigned
a
the
few
task
years
to
ago.
2 talented staff members
That was a lot of
within
fun. I was
Nintendo's
terrible at it though.
entertainment
Oh, I didn't know
analysis
they could
and
have it.
development.
I didn't know they had it at
Tadashi
arcades.
and Hideki Kono. Both men had experience working with Miyamoto. Sugiyama joined Nintendo in 1983 and came up through the creative department with him. Sugiyama initially designed characters such as Popo and Nana from Ice Climber, and
Oh.
eventually became a game director. His first job was the highly anticipated second game in the Zelda series, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Sugiyama also had experience with the Mode 7 technology in the Super Famicom, having just wrapped up director duties on Pilot Wings, a flight simulation game. Working alongside Sugiyama was Hideki Kono. Kono joined Nintendo in 1986 and cut his teeth designing Ice Hockey, a fun arcade-like sports game for the Famicom Disk System. But his most significant work was creating the overworld maps and levels for both Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World. Miyamoto oversaw both projects. Kono recalled he learned a lot about game development and creation by working under Miyamoto. Now, in the fall of 1990, Miyamoto entrusted Sugiyama and Kono to direct a new racing game for 2 players. As for himself, Miyamoto would serve as a producer, a self-proclaimed, pretty relaxed role. He remembered, "I don't know if I can really say I participated in this development. It was more like I observed it." Sugiyama and Kono also recruited additional staff, including programmers, to help with the project.
Oh wow,
Among
he's
them
46
was
already.
Masato
He
Kimura.
learned death.
Kimura had helped program F-Zero, so it made sense for him to help
It's
with
probably
a
not going to work
potential
against the Flan
sequel.
Princess, but
He was named the director of programming. They also brought in Hajime Yajima. Yajima had previously worked on Pilot Wings, implementing a digital signal processing chip, or DSP chip, on the cartridge. The chip helped the game program run extra calculations behind the scenes. Sugiyama and Kono knew their 2-player racing game would need this chip to work. So Miyamoto walked over to Yajima's desk,
I love this
tapped him
art.
on the shoulder, and said, "Let's work together." With a team in place, Sugiyama, Kono, and the rest of the staff got to work. But by most accounts, the work was somewhat informal. There was no master design document, and Kono recalled
I'm
not
gonna
taking
run out of
any notes
potions
during
soon,
meetings.
actually, which is a
They were more
problem.
like chat sessions. Everyone sat near each other in the office, so team members
I may
simply
have
went
to
up
actually
each other's
leave and come
desks
back.
and talked. Many team members split their time with other, more extensive projects. Despite this, they were a dedicated group. Kono recalled that early development was mostly just sitting at one's own desk, grinding it out. Unfortunately, they quickly learned that making a two-player F-Zero game was next to impossible.
Why?
F-Zero's racetracks were massive, with long straightaways that gave a sense of speed. The tracks were displayed over an area of 100 screens, but due to hardware limitations, it was way too complex to do this for two players simultaneously, so sacrifices had to be made. With two players, the racetrack would have to be downsized from 100 screens to only 16. With such a small race course, they couldn't add those long straightaways, only twists and turns. Kono finally admitted, with more than one player, it would have been impossible to illustrate the high speeds of F-Zero. F-Zero's fast, futuristic vehicles would not work on such a small map.
We're just trying to find a specific monster, so it's kind of become a little bit of a grind at the moment. So we have a video going. Oops.
That was our first idea, actually.
But I hope you're doing well.
A light-hearted game where you zip around unrealistically in cars. It wouldn't be the life or death, dangerous world of F1 racing, but more the atmosphere of screeching wheels as you zip around in an amusement park. From those ideas, the concept eventually evolved naturally from cars to karts. Shigeru Miyamoto.
Go-karts were a perfect choice. They didn't go very fast.
Oh yeah, we're gonna run out of potions.
Winding courses. And they were becoming more widespread in Japan thanks to the rising popularity of F1 racing. Japanese auto manufacturer Honda was heavily involved in the sport, providing engines for winning racers such as Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. And many F1 racers started their careers
that popular
by training in go-karts. There were many F1 racing video games. Nintendo had even made a few themselves. But there were very few kart racing games. The idea had enormous potential. Co-director Hideki Kono recalled it was lucky timing for us. But there was one big problem. No one on the staff had ever ridden a go-kart.
Oh.
Co-director Tadashi Sugiyama purchased a book on go-kart racing and watched videos, hoping to get more acquainted. But a senior illustrator on staff and a veteran of the anime industry, Yoichi Kotabe, shared a piece of wisdom with the team. No amount of research beats the real thing. Kotabe suggested the team go to an amusement park and ride around in real go-karts.
Yeah.
Kono took the idea to Miyamoto, who needed to approve the outing. Miyamoto rebuked the suggestion.
Oh, did he?
Thinking it was unnecessary. But he eventually relented. The team took a trip to the Nemu no Sato amusement
strict,
park
I guess.
and drove around on go-karts for a day. Illustrators took sketches of the karts. Programmers got a feel for physics and handling. The development team also got to experience the lower speed and perspective of the vehicle. It was an educational experience. But more importantly, Kono, Sugiyama, and the rest of the staff learned that kart racing was really fun.
Yeah, it does look fun.
But that was only the start of their crash course on go-karts. Back at the office, the team built a small remote control kart to learn about its internal construction and to let staff members get more familiar with the vehicle. Unfortunately, a programmer immediately crashed it into the wall, ending the research. Despite a few bumps in the road, a new game took shape from the ashes of the old one. By June of 1991, the development team had a prototype featuring two driving modes. The first mode used a slower F-Zero style hover vehicle. The second mode used karts. At this point, there was no racing at all, just aimless driving around a generic track. But between the two vehicles, the team loved the karts the most. Specifically, the experience of zooming past other racers. But visually, the game needed some work. The racers were generic people with helmets and coveralls in various colors. Kono noted that with 8 nearly identical guys racing, it'd be boring. So then we began to focus on design. They needed a better way to tell the racers apart. So the development team brainstormed possible characters
Since
that
we're
were
so low on
easily
everything,
recognizable from behind.
We're gonna leave here and come back.
Immediately came to mind. Mario.
Oops.
Adding Mario and friends to Nintendo's two-player racing game was a good idea for multiple reasons.
Which would be the
For
faster
one,
way,
the
actually.
Super Mario series was easily Nintendo's most popular franchise. Super Mario World was the best-selling game on the Super Famicom at the time. Including Mario in this new racing game was a guaranteed way to boost sales. It wouldn't be Mario's first racing game either. Nintendo threw the plumber in earlier titles, such as the Famicom Grand Prix series, mostly for marketing purposes. But more importantly, from a design standpoint, adding Mario and his friends to this new two-player racing game provided variety and recognizability.
Yeah.
So as an experiment, the team added Mario, Luigi, and Bowser as playable characters. It was a game changer.
You would be able to tell immediately whether it was Mario or Luigi by the
Look
color
wrong
red
way.
and green. They looked good visually, and we were able to clearly differentiate their characteristics, so we thought it was a good choice. Hideki Kono.
Kono made the decision. This was now a Mario game. Super Mario Kart. The two directors split up responsibilities for the project. As a veteran of the Super Mario series, Kono oversaw the game's overall presentation. Tadashi Sugiyama was responsible for course design, backgrounds, and characters. With the Mario theme in place, Shigeru Miyamoto's vision for the game evolved. Super Mario Kart wasn't just a two-player racing game anymore. It was about the thrill of competition, the fun of driving in go-karts,
Where am I?
and the joy of playing video games
there's no
with
way to go
friends.
from here.
But before they could figure out the gameplay, the team had to fill out the roster of playable characters. Mario and Luigi were obvious choices.
Yeah.
Princess Peach and her loyal servant Toad also made the cut. They also added the newest character of the Super Mario series, Yoshi.
Yoshi!
The cute dinosaur made his debut in Super Mario World and quickly became one of Nintendo's most likable characters. He particularly appealed to women and children. Rounding out the roster were villains, including the Big Koopa himself, Bowser. It was the first time players could control Bowser in a Mario game. The team also added Donkey Kong Jr., a somewhat surprising addition. According to Miyamoto, it was to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Donkey Kong Jr. arcade game. Sugiyama also noted that Donkey Kong Jr. was more recognizable from behind than his father, Donkey Kong, because he wore a shirt. The
People
development
forget.
team now had
Well, they
7
kind of,
characters,
like-
but needed one more to complete the roster. So they
The
threw
version
in
of
the
Donkey
most
Kong we
common
know
enemy of
doesn't
the
have a
Super
son.
Mario series, a Koopa Troopa. After a few experiments with character design, the roster was complete. But the Super Mario Kart team didn't stop there. To help differentiate the racers further, they applied attributes such as acceleration, top speed, weight, and handling ability. Mario and Luigi were balanced racers, with mostly even stats. Peach and Yoshi had excellent acceleration, but poor handling. Toad and Koopa Troopa could easily turn corners, but weren't very fast, and their lightweight made them easy to knock around. Bowser and Donkey Kong Jr. were the fastest and heaviest characters, but their acceleration was slow. With the racers
I should
in place,
actually
the
use,
Super Mario Kart team had to design
I don't have to conserve
racetracks. They got plenty of
Album's MP,
inspiration from Super
because we're trying to
Mario.
get out of here.
The team created many courses based on Dinosaur Land. World 2 of Super Mario World, Donut Plains, got a corresponding racetrack. The grassy landscape contained a dirt track and narrow bridges to traverse.
New spells.
The ghost houses scattered throughout Dinosaur Land, known for their hidden exits, became Ghost Valley, a track made of wooden planks and filled with hidden shortcuts.
Edward, don't die.
World 6 of Super Mario World, Chocolate Island, also got a racetrack with plenty of dirt and mud
has a lot of
to slow
HP.
players down. And of course, there was Bowser's Castle,
Nice.
full of lava pits and dangerous jumps. Other tracks weren't necessarily based on Super Mario World levels, but fit perfectly into the Mario universe. For example, Koopa Beach had soft sands and shallow water that carts skimmed across. Vanilla Lake was a track
They
filled
got
with
really
ice,
creative with it.
snow,
That's cool.
and chilly waters. And finally, there was the ultimate challenge, Rainbow Road, a bright, colorful racetrack with no guardrails to keep racers on the course. At first, these courses were simple raceways with twists and turns, but the designers added enemies, characters, and objects from the Mario universe. Monty Moles popped out of the ground in Donut Plains. Ice blocks on Vanilla Lake made navigating the course even more difficult. Thwomps in Bowser's Castle could block a player's path or smash a cart. The designers also changed how carts drove on different terrain types. An asphalt track was a relatively smooth ride. Ice courses made driving a little more slippery. Stone blocks made the carts bounce up and down slightly. To help streamline the creative process, the Super Mario Kart team created a track editing software suite that allowed them to manipulate the courses directly on the game cartridge. Designers could place objects like speed zippers and jump bars on the racetrack, add walls or obstacles, and even configure the driving path for computer-controlled players. It was a huge time saver.
That is not the Fawn Princess,
and
unfortunately.
Terrains made the racing
Yeah, it's
even
Black
more
Fawn.
dynamic, and getting the kart controls right was more important than ever. Head programmer
remember
Masato
it's weak too.
Kimura spent most of his time tinkering with kart physics. He struggled to find a balance. The more realistic the controls got, the less it felt like a video game. Miyamoto got involved too, to the detriment of Kimura.
Oh.
Miyamoto constantly changed his opinion on how he thought the carts should control, which worried and annoyed Kimura. But luckily, Kimura remembered one of the game's core ideas, to capture the fun of driving go-karts.
Yeah.
He said, "I had to go back and tinker with the controls over and over until I approximated something that felt right." The team also added new elements to the driving experience.
Wait, hold on. That's just a
Racers
save
could jump,
room
something not
without
typically found in a
an
racing
elevator,
game.
right?
But Miyamoto insisted on it, claiming it was a feature that couldn't be missing from a Mario game. But one new technique would become a core element in the Mario Kart series: drifting. Drifting was a driving technique made popular in Japan. It was thrilling,
Tokyo
but
Drift.
somewhat tricky to perform. Cars drift by countersteering in the opposite direction of the turn. Initially, the Mario Kart team tried this idea, but most playtesters couldn't complete the move. The team wanted to ensure that any player could pull off the maneuver. So they simplified the concept. All players had to do was hold the L or R button and steer in the direction of the turn. Although Hideki Kono knew the compromise wasn't perfect, he thought the technique was really cool and fun to perform. He wanted to reward players who could pull it off, so the team made the carts go faster around turns during a drift. Driving the carts was a blast and easy to learn,
that's not as tough. Okay.
but it rewarded players who could perform the more advanced techniques. There was also no speedometer in the game. The development team felt it would clutter the view. The sound of the go-kart's engine would signify how fast a player was going. And naturally, everyone would want to drive a go-kart as fast as possible. Still, at that point, Super Mario Kart was just a racing game set in the Mario universe. That is, until the team added a feature that would define the series: items.
Yeah.
Super Mario Kart was not the first racing game to use items. For
really?
example, RC Pro-Am on the Nintendo Entertainment System had various weapons and power-ups scattered along the tracks. Missiles could take out other racers. Turbos gave the player a speed boost, and the tire power-up increased
We can't spare a
the
single
player's
moment
turning
more.
ability.
The moon has to be stopped.
But Super Mario Kart took
He's
items
up
in
now. We can
racing
talk to him.
another
He's not in
level.
the resting chamber
The
thingy.
idea was there right from the beginning. Before the development team added Mario to the game, co-director Hideki Kono felt the racing was lacking. It wasn't exhilarating just driving around a track at slow speeds. So, as an experiment, the designers added oil cans that players could throw onto the asphalt and create oil spills, which caused the carts to spin out. It added a new thrill to the race. But with the game now set in the Mario universe, potential items were endless. The development team experimented with a few ideas that didn't make the cut, including a placeable piranha plant.
Wait, what
In
did she
the
say?
end,
Is
they
it different?
settled on 8 items that players could use in the Grand
King
Prix
Cecil,
races.
Master
Green
Yang,
shells
my
fired
lord
straight
places
ahead
his
or
trust
could be
in them
placed
heart and
behind
soul,
the player as
as
an
if they were all
obstacle.
family.
Red shells acted like a homing missile, targeting the nearest racer ahead of the player. Banana peels, which replaced the earlier oil cans, spun out racers. Mushrooms gave players a speed boost. A feather, based on the item from Super Mario World, gave racers a super jump, which allowed them to take shortcuts on certain tracks. The star power-up increased the player's speed and made them temporarily invincible, allowing them to spin out other racers and blow
Is that
through
all for the
obstacles on the
44s?
track.
Yeah.
There were
okay.
also coins, an idea from Miyamoto. After all, what was a Mario game without coins?
Are there any bands with
Coins
this group?
served multiple purposes and added a layer of
Yeah,
depth to the
okay.
race.
As long as there's at
Collecting
least one
coins
band that we
increased
can level
the
up
max
that
speed
will
of the
join
cart,
us.
but they also served as a currency. If the player got hit with an
Wait,
item
hold on. There
or
is a
spun out by
potential
another
weapon I can
racer,
give to
they
Ursula.
lost coins. And if a player fell off the track, Lakitu took a few coins away. And finally, there was the lightning bolt, arguably the most powerful item in the game. It shrunk all the other racers on the track, slowing them down and making them vulnerable to being run over.
Can't find my cursor. There it is.
Playtesters loved how the lightning bolt created
No, they're
sudden
not really that
upsets.
great.
The Super Mario Kart
we
team
have them, though.
tested items incessantly
Black
to refine
garb.
the
Can
balance.
anyone in this
And
party
thanks
wear
to
it?
the track editing software, designers could place item question blocks on courses to quickly test them. However, they ran into a problem. The playtesters found that items sometimes led to chaotic and unfair racing. For example,
she can.
players in first could get
But it lowers
powerful
her
items
strength
like
and speed
lightning
and attack.
bolts or stars, giving them an extraordinary advantage. But co-director Tadashi Sugiyama had a simple solution. The chances of getting certain items depended on the player's position, lap, and race
Ooh, he can wear
course.
the black garb.
If a player was in last, they had a much better
Okay.
chance of getting
Black garb is
powerful
on
items.
Zangetsu.
But if they were in first, they would likely get less useful items.
Holy
It
Lance.
worked
That's gonna go to
perfectly.
Kane.
Thanks to the item
Robe of
balancing, there was no
Lords.
guarantee a skilled player could come
I
out
think
on
I've been
top.
aging this part.
It allowed for even more thrilling upsets and tighter races. DSP chip
Oh.
programmer Hajime Yajima implemented the
They were
change,
just as it's
but
defense
he
by
couldn't
one.
get it
but-
working perfectly. The Super Famicom wasn't powerful enough to calculate item odds for both human and computer-controlled players. To compromise, the design team scrapped the idea of computer-controlled
Lords on
players
Theodore.
acquiring items. Instead, they got unique weapons based on their
Twin
personality.
stars.
Mario and Luigi essentially got a star
No, not
power,
him.
making them
for a
invincible
mage. You don't have a
temporarily
mage in
and
this party.
dangerous to racers who got too
Oops.
close. Toad and Princess Peach threw poisonous mushrooms,
twine
which shrunk
dress.
racers. Yoshi, Bowser, Koopa Troopa, and Donkey Kong Jr. launched projectiles that could spin out racers, including an egg, a fireball, a green shell, and a banana. While items added a new dimension to the racing, some development team members worried that hardcore racing
yeah, okay.
fans would scoff at the idea. It introduced too much randomness to the races. So as a compromise, the designers added an option to disable items. But Miyamoto thought the option would remove tension from the experience. He said, "I think that indeterminacy, knowing that something might happen, is the most fun." Co-director Tadashi Sugiyama agreed.
Mario Kart is not Mario Kart without the items.
Yeah.
The opportunities that come from using the items means that both skilled and unskilled players can play the game together. A key characteristic of Mario Kart is how it's often the case that you can't win just with your driving skills alone, with the races being very close as everyone does
going from
everything they can
B3?
to get over the finish line
Either way,
first.
it's a run.
Tadashi Sugiyama.
In the end, the team removed the no item option from the game. With
Oh,
items
no, that's
in the
far.
game, the racing portion of Super Mario Kart was ready to
Actually,
go.
that's fine.
The game featured a Grand Prix mode, where players competed against computer-controlled opponents and each other to win a trophy. There was also a match race featuring one-on-one racing. And finally, there was a time trial mode, a must-have feature for a racing game. But as Miyamoto envisioned, Super Mario Kart really was more than just a racing game. And there was one more gameplay mode that would set the game apart from other racing titles: a battle mode. As development began, the Super Mario Kart team knew they wanted a game mode that had nothing to do with racing. So they tried several experiments. But ultimately, the one that stood out was a game where players hurled a ball at each other. They collected points if they scored a hit. But the game needed some work. There were very few walls or obstacles on the course. This
these are the
allowed
last
players
44,
to drive around freely, and it made the playtesters dizzy. Not only that, but the Super Mario Kart team was running out of memory on the cartridge. As they added more and more features to the racing modes, they had less and less space.
Oh, you know
to
what?
work
I
with.
totally forgot
So
to
the
stock up
team
on potions. We
shelved
gotta go back.
the battle mode. But as the racing modes neared completion, the team decided to revisit the idea. To fix the dizziness problem, they added more walls and obstacles to the courses. They also replaced the generic ball attack with items. The designers also added a new item, exclusive to the battle mode and match races: the Ghost power-up, which turned a player invisible and stole the opposing player's item. To keep track of hits, each player had 3 balloons. If they got hit, they lost a balloon. For Miyamoto, the battle mode was another defining feature of the game.
The very fact that battle mode had nothing to do with racing is what made us want to add it and give it special attention. It helped strengthen the image of the game. It is not you become a world-class racer, but rather you get to race around and play in this go-kart with your friends. Shigeru Miyamoto.
I won.
With racing, time trials, and now a battle mode, Super Mario Kart was almost ready for prime time. But it wouldn't be complete without music. For that, co-director Hideki Kono brought on a composer he had worked with in the past, Soyo Oka. Oka seemed destined for the job. She had been at Nintendo since 1987 and had composed music for earlier Famicom racing titles, including Famicom Grand Prix 2, 3D Hot Rally, and Versus Excitebike. She had also previously worked with Hideki Kono on ice hockey. Her music had a distinct sound. Oka's work was known internally at Nintendo as Soyoism. Oka enjoyed the challenge of composing music under the restrictions of the Famicom, where music still had to sound good if a track disappeared due to hardware limitations. She called it a sound puzzle. But with the Super Famicom,
that's what a lot of composers
from
back in those days
allowed her more freedom in her
felt like.
compositions.
It was a
She called the new
challenge to make the
system
music, the
beyond
limitations.
wonderful. Oka's first works on the Super Famicom were Pilot Wings and Sim City. Both game soundtracks had a mellow, relaxed sound. With Super Mario Kart, Oka had to come up with more upbeat music that fit in a racing game, but also had a Mario flavor. Hideki Kono, who was in charge of the game's overall presentation, gave her the freedom to unleash her Soyoism on the soundtrack.
I love it.
While a few music tracks were based on previous Mario compositions, most of Oka's work was brand new. And the new compositions sounded like they had been in the Mario universe the whole time. There was the upbeat, hard-driving theme of the Mario circuit.
Yay! Twin Rush.
The relaxing, coastal vibes of Koopa Beach. And Oka's personal favorite, the epic, synth-heavy music of Rainbow Road.
I like
What
it.
began
Soyoism.
as a failed experiment to make a 2-player F-Zero game was now a unique, fun, go-karting adventure. Super Mario Kart expanded the idea of what a racing game could be. Power-up items allowed for thrilling, upset victories. Distinct racetracks made navigating the courses an integral part of the gameplay, and the new battle mode made games with friends even more intense. For co-director Hideki Kono, the thrill of competition made Super Mario Kart a memorable game.
I really played the game a lot during the adjustment and debug phases of the development. Because of the strong competitive gameplay, once I started test playing, I would get excited and start shouting out while I played. I just couldn't help it because of the randomness and potential for making huge comebacks. I may have been a bit distracting for other development teams working on other projects. Hideki Kono.
By the summer of 1992, Nintendo was ready to reveal Super Mario Kart to the world. But surprisingly, despite being a Mario game, Super Mario Kart did not generate much hype leading up to its release. Early previews in video game magazines were short, lost in a sea of other games. Many of the write-ups compared the game heavily to F-Zero. Nintendo tagged Super Mario Kart for an August 27, 1992 release in Japan. Leading up to the launch date, co-director Tadashi Sugiyama remembered feeling unsure about the game's success. He said, "I knew it was fun, but I didn't imagine users would actually like it that much." Sugiyama was in for a huge surprise.
Which way do I go? Wrong way. Part 3, An Unforgettable Ride.
Thursday, August 27th, 1992 was a big day for Nintendo. Super Mario Kart was on store shelves, and Nintendo was hosting their annual Famicom Space World exhibit at the 4th Shoshinkai Trade Show in Tokyo. The event allowed Nintendo and third-party developers to show off their latest titles for the Famicom, Super Famicom, and Game Boy systems. Out of the 240 games exhibited, Super Mario Kart was one of the few playable titles at the show. People waited up to 1 hour in line to play the game for only 5 minutes. Word about Nintendo's funky new racing game spread quickly. Children and adults rushed to stores to pick up a copy. Some, including HAL Laboratories' head of software development, Satoru Iwata, snuck out of work to buy the game. In just 2 days, Super Mario Kart was sold out across Japan. According to Electronic
I'm
Gaming
so
Monthly,
low on antidotes.
many
I need to go
stores
back
wouldn't
somewhere
even
else to
accept
get those.
deposits to hold the game, and it only got more popular. Reviews poured in from the Japanese video game press.
I don't think I'll waste the antidote right now. I'll just like wait till it either wears out or just revive him after he dies.
Reality is very difficult. Fiction can draw near to it or even surpass it in some ways. While Super Mario Kart is absolutely a work of fiction, it's more faithful to reality than any simulation. It simulates the excitement of a race and the joy of driving. Namco Shida, Famitsu.
Famitsu magazine gave Super Mario Kart a 32 out of 40, calling it exhilarating, challenging, and much more polished than F-Zero. Family Computer magazine scored the game 24.5 out of 30, noting that the multiplayer modes were very appealing. However, the game wasn't perfect. One reviewer felt that doing well in the game depended on getting lucky with items.
Oh no, okay, we have magic
Tokyo
users. Okay.
Wrote to Famitsu claiming people were barfing while playing the battle mode. But that didn't stop Super Mario Kart from flying off store shelves. It entrenched itself in the Famitsu Top 30 list for more than a year. The Yomiuri Shimbun, one of Japan's largest newspapers, nominated Super Mario Kart as one of their top games of 1992. Competitions were held throughout Japan, where people competed for the fastest times around tracks.
Does the Sandor have a Suna?
I think he does actually. Was working on an updated special edition cartridge for a 1993 release. Super Mario Kart made its way into other mediums as well. The Super Mario Club Show, a weekly video game program on Japanese television, regularly featured Super Mario Kart competitions. There was also a rush of merchandise. The combination of Mario and go-karts lent itself well to toys. There were plushies, battery-powered RC cars, small go-kart figures, model kits, children's toys, and more. Super Mario Kart would become the best-selling Super Famicom game of all time, selling 3.82 million units in Japan. But would it be popular elsewhere in the world?
Yes. Ultimately.
1992 was an important year for Nintendo of America. It was the 16-bit Super Nintendo's first full year in stores, and Nintendo faced stiff competition from Sega and their 16-bit console, the Genesis. The Genesis had been out since 1989 and made quite a dent in Nintendo's market share. The Genesis was also cheaper than the Super Nintendo and had more games. In addition, Sega had recently launched their flagship mascot to compete with
Sonic.
Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog. Nintendo had to change things up to stay competitive. They lowered the price of the Super Nintendo from $200 to $150. They also released a standalone console without a bundled game and only one controller for $100. As a response, Sega lowered the price of their Sonic Bundle Genesis to $130.
That's a kind of cool looking machine. Oh, I didn't see which one you're referring to.
For $100. Sega was also showing off their newest hardware creation, the Sega CD, due in the fall of 1992. The peripheral beefed up the hardware power of the Genesis, and the CD medium provided more storage space, better sound, and full motion video games.
Yeah.
Nintendo
it was really
also
expensive
had
from what I
plans
remember,
for
though.
a
I remember reading
attachment,
recently.
but it never came to fruition. Nintendo's best hope for success was with its software.
The name of the game in this business is games. When the consumer pulls out his wallet, he wants top value for his entertainment dollar, and that's what we've always delivered. But this new lineup represents the best group of games we've ever introduced. Peter Main, Nintendo of America.
Nintendo showed off their new game lineup at the 1992 Summer Consumer
Oh my gosh, that
Electronics
mascot.
Show in Chicago. During the show, Nintendo announced more than 175 new games for the second half of 1992. 75 of them were for the Super Nintendo. It was the largest rollout of new software in Nintendo's history. There was Mario Paint, an educational art program that came with a mouse. Street Fighter II, a port of the popular arcade fighting game. And finally, Super Mario Kart. CES attendees got to try all the latest titles, and Super Mario Kart was the surprise star of the show. Luckily, gamers wouldn't have to wait very long to own a copy for themselves. With little text in the game, the localization process was relatively quick. However, there were minor changes between the Japanese and international versions of the game. Most notably, the animations during the trophy presentation screens. In Japan, Bowser and Peach drank champagne when they won a Grand Prix race. But for the international releases, they simply celebrate with the bottles. Nintendo of America was adamant about maintaining a squeaky clean image.
Let me go back.
Nintendo for the international during the trophy presentation screens. In Japan, Bowser and Peach drank champagne when they won a Grand Prix race. But for the international releases, they simply celebrate with the bottles. Nintendo of America was adamant about maintaining a squeaky clean image with parents. On September 1st, 1992, just 4 days after its Japanese launch, Nintendo released Super Mario Kart in North America. And just like in Japan, the response was incredible. GamePro magazine gave the game a near perfect score, praising the multiplayer modes and accessibility for people of all skills. Electronic Gaming Monthly gave the game its Editor's Choice Award and called Super Mario Kart the best driving game to come along for some time. Nintendo backed up Super Mario Kart with a fourth-quarter $30 million advertising campaign.
You and Mega mean test. Or go into battle mode and ruin his day. Too speed. Fast and way too fast. It's two-player fun on the split screen. Only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
It's so 90s.
Super Mario Kart graced the cover of the October 1992 issue of Nintendo Power, which contained tips and tricks, maps, and strategies for various courses. Nintendo also teamed up with Domino's Pizza, which had a Super Mario Kart scratch and win game with $25 million in prizes. In December of 1992, Super Mario Kart crossed the Atlantic and hit store shelves in the UK.
Oh.
British video game magazine Control scored the game an 86 out of 100, calling it the best racing game on the Super Nintendo. The following year, Super Mario Kart reached the rest of Europe. German magazine Video Games had high praise, calling Super Mario Kart the best racing game of all time. Not bad for a small side project at Nintendo.
Yeah.
Super Mario Kart was a surprise hit. Nintendo sold more than 1 million copies globally in less than a year. It was so popular that Nintendo bundled the game with the Super Nintendo in several regions, further increasing sales. By the end of the console's lifetime, Super Mario Kart had sold more than 8.5 million units worldwide, making it the fourth best-selling Super Nintendo game of all time. But while Super Mario Kart sold incredibly well, it impacted the living room even more. Whether it be the natural competitiveness of racing or the friendly aesthetics of the Mario universe, Super Mario Kart brought people together like no other game before it.
So innocently, Super Mario Kart crept into the house. It looked at first about as interesting as Try,
he's 46
but
now.
I soon discovered that this game crossed barriers, both in gameplay and generations. And what's even sweeter, the kids didn't always win. My teenage years as a hoon on wheels were finally beginning to pay off. I knew how to drive like a fool. They didn't. Mark Cam, the Sydney Morning Herald.
Friends teamed up to unlock all the races in Grand Prix mode. Siblings duked it out in battle mode or raced each other one-on-one. Parents competed with their kids for the fastest time around the courses. So it was no surprise that Super Mario Kart won a Parents' Choice Award in 1992, given to, quote, entertaining products that introduce skills, reinforce them, and glamorize courage and common sense. Other game developers took notice of the popularity of Super Mario Kart, and soon a flood of clones hit the market on both PC and consoles,
Blatant
hoping
clones.
to cash in on the kart racing craze. Sega put out Sonic Drift on their handheld Game Gear system.
Oh.
Atari released Atari Karts for the ill-fated Jaguar console. There were also clones
The
on
Jaguar
the Super
console?
Nintendo, such as Street Racer, a part racing, part fighting game. But nothing came close to the success of Super Mario Kart. The game stayed on the Nintendo Power charts for an astonishing 68 months. Until the magazine stopped tracking Super Nintendo games. It was the beginning of a popular new franchise for Nintendo. Their next console, the Nintendo 64, would feature the first follow-up to the original game, Mario Kart 64. And soon, Mario Kart games would come out for every new Nintendo console and handheld. And today, its popularity is bigger than ever.
Yeah.
The best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Is it? Oh.
Many of the staff members who were involved with the original game still work at Nintendo. Shigeru Miyamoto is still Nintendo's chief software producer. He is widely considered the greatest video game designer of all time. Hideki Kono remained involved in every future Mario Kart game. Today,
it's
he is
him.
in charge of Nintendo's mobile game division. Tadashi Sugiyama would go on to work on several Mario Kart games, including Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube. Sugiyama also directed F-Zero X, released in 1998. And thanks to the power of the Nintendo 64, he was finally able to implement multiplayer in the fast-paced racing game. Today, Sugiyama is still with Nintendo, working as a designer. Programmer Masato Kimura, who worked tirelessly to perfect the kart controls, continued to program various Nintendo games, including The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker and Super Mario Galaxy. Most recently, he worked on the latest Mario Kart game, Mario Kart 8. Hajime Yajima, who implemented the DSP chip into Super Mario Kart, continued to put his technical knowledge to use. He provided assistance with new, graphically intense games, like Star Fox and Super Mario 64. Today, he is still working within the technology department at Nintendo. But not everyone stayed. Composer Soyo Oka left the company in 1995 to become a freelancer, working in radio, television, and video games. But Super Mario Kart stayed with her. Even today, people come up to Oka and talk about the game. She said, "I am truly moved to think that I have inspired children and young people more than I had ever imagined. At these times, I again come to understand how much of an amazing hit the game was and how many people played it." In total, the Mario Kart franchise has sold more than 150 million copies worldwide, making it one of Nintendo's best-selling series. And it all started with Super Mario Kart. A game that began as a failed experiment became one of the most influential games of all time. In 2019, the Strong Museum in Rochester, New York, acknowledged the game's impact by inducting it into the World Video Game Hall of Fame.
Super Mario Kart's unique combination of familiar characters and exhilarating social gameplay produced a powerful franchise that invited friends, family, and gaming fans of all ages to the Mushroom Kingdom for an unforgettable ride. The Strong Museum.
Lustrous sword? Wait a second. Ooh. Oh, he has one already. Now I have two. Nice. Okay. No luck so far, so let's just go to a save point. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Let me actually look up really quick to see if I'm doing this wrong, or if there's like a specific way to go about finding the Flan Princess. I just assumed that it would like appear randomly in the room, but maybe I'm doing this wrong. I totally did not post on X and Blue Sky and it's too late. All right, I did it again. I did it again. Okay. Where did that window go? Let's see. Oh wait, no, I already have the tab open here. The Flan Princess is an enemy in Final Fantasy IV: The After Years. They appear on the 5th floor of the subterrane in the southwest room, and only during the full moon. Oh my gosh. We were lied to. One. And it's the southwest room, not the southeast room. So we just ended up grinding, I guess. Okay. And now we know it's during a full moon. Okay, alright. Dang it, I should have checked this before. Darn it. Okay, well, anyway. We got some grinding in, I guess. Thank you all so much for joining me today. No stream tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a rest day. Certain enemies need certain moon cycles. Yeah, that's what I thought, but the guide said that it didn't matter. That's why I didn't pay attention to that. I was listening to the guide, but I guess they were wrong in that regard. But we will be doing our usual weekly Genshin stream on Friday. I was hoping to start the event with shoot. What was the name of the event? The event with let me look up. I have to look it up now. Let's see. Not Event Wish, but let's see. Whirling Waltz. The Whirling Waltz event. I was hoping to start that on stream, but I accidentally started it when I was trying to do Escoffier's story quest. Because they're both in Fontaine, and I just ran into Kanish and Charlotte while trying to run somewhere for Escoffier's quest. So I accidentally initiated the first cutscene. So I've already started making progress on that event. So I'm thinking, yeah, I might as well just continue the event on stream. So I think we'll do that. Yeah, either that or the other event that just recently started. Most likely we'll continue doing the Whirling Waltz event, because there's not much time left for it. There's a useful bestiary guide on Steam that lists where monsters can spawn and when for all the tales. Okay, thank you for reminding me about that. Yeah, I've just been looking at the wiki for the most part. Okay, thank you all so much for joining me today. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the stream. Please leave a comment if you would like to share your thoughts. Please subscribe on YouTube and or follow on Twitch if you would like to see more Final Fantasy streams. And if you're going to bed, I hope you rest well and have sweet dreams. If your day's just getting started, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope to see you all on Friday for Genshin. Ta-ta! Otsumika!